Welcome back, everybody, to the Western Carolina Catamounts Team Builder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14 for the Franchise Gurus channel. If you remember at the end of last episode, we were 0-6, preparing for a game against the University of South Florida. And, well, we're not 0-6, as you can tell. We're a little bit further into the season. We are now 0-11. So what exactly happened? So I recorded the last episode. I played the game against South Florida. We lost 44-0, by the way. Then I simulated the next few games just because I wanted to get to senior day. I wanted to finish off season 1, and we lost them all. But the file got all messed up, and I couldn't upload the video. And since I already saved progress, I couldn't really re-record it. So here we are now at senior day, pretty much at the end of the season. So in that South Florida game, I played the first 3 quarters. We were down, I think, 27-0. I just simulated the last quarter just because he got that bad. We then lost to Memphis, SMU, UCF, and Houston. 4 really good teams, probably the 4 best teams in our conference, 3 of which have 8 wins. UCF has obviously been very good. Houston, I think, still has Derek King at quarterback. So the opponents for today's game is the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils. And, of course, they have the legend, the meme himself at quarterback, Big Tuna, Richard Rivers Jr. So why are they 1-10 exactly? Well, for whatever reason, he has not played it down. He's not getting redshirted because he's already been redshirted. So they've just decided not to play him. I don't know why that is, but that's their choice. So Richard Rivers Jr. has not played and will not play this final game of the year against us. Obviously, we have not played well, but I'm quite happy with our progress in recruiting. I believe we have the tied for most players committed in the entire country. If you remember our recruiting restrictions, until we become a 2-star school, we can only sign up to 2 3-stars and 8 2-stars. Well, we already got the 3 stars, Terrell Horton and Johnson, the athlete. We currently have, I believe, 6 2-stars committed, and we're going to be going after 2 more to hopefully fill that goal of getting 2 3-stars and 8 2-stars. So here's a look at the recruiting board at the moment. We got a bunch of guys visiting, including guard Joe Moore. Really not looking good in that battle, unfortunately. He is a 2-star. And if we can get freshmen above 60 overall, that's a massive win for this team, because for a school who really can't recruit a whole lot of talent, finding true freshmen in the 60s is very hard to do. Also just found this safety, Doug Crum, who is a 65 2-star. I think this could be a massive pickup for our program and a guy who can make a pretty early impact right away. Here's a look at the rest of the commits. Bunch of JUCO players. Really not a whole lot of talent here outside of Terrell Horton, the quarterback, and then the athlete. I forget his first name. But Johnson could be a talented offensive skill player. I don't think he can really play defense, but I'd have to check his attributes. So here we go. Senior day, the final week of the season. The Western Carolina Catamounts going to be taking on the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils. And both teams are really bad. The Delta Devils average under 200 total offensive yards per game. Our offense does not average much more. Look at the points per game. The Catamounts average about 11 points per contest. Mississippi Valley State averages about 6. Yeah, as you can tell, both of these teams are terrible. These teams aren't bad. They are awful. These 2 teams suck. Maybe the worst 2 teams in FBS college football. But hey, that means it's pretty evenly matched, right? Maybe the Western Carolina Catamounts can finally get their first win of the season. Welcome, everybody, to E.J. Whitmore Stadium as the 1-10 Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils are set to take on the 0-11 Western Carolina Catamounts, as the Catamounts try to defend their home turf here for senior day and get their first win of the season. Pittman is the quarterback for the Delta Devils, and this guy has some wheels. With the run inside the 20, eventually brought down by Howerton at about the 17. Now at the goal line, the Delta Devils going to try to punch it in. 2nd and goal, Pittman to Dukes. He is actually going to be stopped by Corey Agnew, the freshman linebacker. 3rd and goal, this time to Robert, and he's brought down by Howerton. So that'll force a 4th and goal. Mississippi Valley State just going to go for the field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. And they will take a 3-0 lead as we look at an EA Sports Studio update. A game with a lot more impact than ours. Florida State taking on the number 2 ranked Florida Gators, and the Seminoles get the upset. The Gators are no longer undefeated. their national championship hopes might be out the door. So here's the Catamount offense. Jacob Hill, the freshman tight end, with a nice gain. Now on first down, handoff for Tavante Ingram, who's had a really rough season, going to lose 4, and it's not his fault. The run blocking is just absolute utter garbage, but the offensive line is really young and has a lot of talent, so I'm confident down the line for our run game. Here is the freshman, Danye Bonner, with a nice gain. Now 3rd and 12. Jack Jackson going to look to throw it under a little bit of pressure. Hit as he throws it. That one should have been picked. But nonetheless, the Delta Devils will get the stop and get the ball back. Handoff for Robert here on 2nd and 2. First down and more. Has a few blocks. Deshaun Baxton misses the tackle, and he is gone. Touchdown for Robert. And Stephen Robert will make it a 10-0 lead for Mississippi Valley State. Not an ideal start for our Catamounts. Jack Jackson now going up the middle just a little for Arturo Marsh, the slot receiver, for a nice first down. 2nd and 10 now. Handoff for Tavante Ingram. Gets a nice block from the fullback. Ingram down the sidelines. Brought down to the 20 for a gain of more yards than he's gotten all day today. 2nd and 10 now. Western Carolina going to try to punch it in. Jackson has an open man. Jacob Hill, who drops it. Yeah, that's why this team can't win many games. 4th and 10 now. Here's the kicker, Francisco Maris, to make it a one-possession game. And it barely had the distance, but it does. 10-3 is now your score. Pittman on 2nd and 1 under pressure. And he is going to be sacked by Tupu for a loss of about 3. 3rd down and 4 now. Pittman gonna look to throw it. Gets it to Brackenridge for the first down. Breaks a tackle. Nice play for Darius Brackenridge. First down, Pittman. Short pass for Robert. Stephen Robert with a nice play. Gets by Nash and will find the end zone. And the Delta Devils will take a 17-3 lead. Not a great start for the Catamounts. They got a rebound. Jackson hit as he throws. Tough pass. Caught by Bonner, who ran backwards, but luckily was out of bounds before he could do damage. Nice first down. Jackson now under a ton of pressure. Gonna scramble under pressure, and he is going to be sacked for a loss of 1 yard, and Jack Jackson is on the ground injured. Devin McQueen, the sophomore, is now into the game. 2nd and 11, McQueen trying to show off his wheels off a run. Nice pass to Danye Bonner for a first down. And the drive will keep going. McQueen still in the game. He's going to yeet it. You yeet, you win, and it's caught by the tight end, Jacob Hill, who brings it inside the 10. However, the clock does hit 0 for the first half, and the Catamounts are unable to score. 17-3 as we advance to the second half. Jack Jackson back in the game. He is doing better, but that drive from Devin McQueen was very impressive. Nice pass over to Laxton Holloway for a first down. Handoff now for Tavante Ingram, who had that nice run earlier. Here's another nice play from Ingram. He gains about 22-ish on that play. 2nd and 10 now. Jackson gonna scramble. Almost is sacked. Gonna throw it across his body, and it's picked by Davis. Trying to get it to Arturo Marsh. I think Jackson thought Marsh was going to keep running, but it looked like he stopped. Still not a great decision by Jack, and the Delta Devils will get it back. 3rd and 1. Western Carolina needs to get a stop here. Pittman going to look to throw it under pressure, and he's brought down. The sack will make it a 4th and 3. They're going to give that one to the middle linebacker, DeAndre Cooper. And now Devin McQueen is back in the game, and it's not because of an injury. Jack Jackson has been benched. His first pass of a drive goes to Danye Bonner, who fumbles it. Not ideal, as the Delta Devils do recover it. They get the ball back now. Pittman with the screen for Stargell. Stargell with a first down gain. Nice play for Mississippi Valley State. They just got to be smart with the football. 2nd and 1. Stephen Robert loses 4 on the play. Now it is 3rd down and about 5. The Catamounts need to get a stop here. Now in the 4th quarter. Pittman under pressure. He is sacked for a loss of 2 by Efren Criswell. And now the Catamounts get it back. They're still alive. McQueen going to get picked by Malone. Trying to get it to Danye Bonner. I think He probably could have gone deep for Arturo Marsh, but instead, Mississippi Valley State makes the play, and it's really not looking good for our Catamounts. Nice stop there by DeAndre Cooper, 2nd and 11. Back to Robert. He's been busy today, and he puts Ace Howerton in a body bag with that truck. Holy cow. Delta Devils trying to choose some clock here. They had this game almost locked up, but just need a touchdown to clinch it, and this one will do it. Pittman with the run as Tristan Ashton was unable to make the tackle, and Marvin Pittman will make it 24-3. Not really much of a chance here for the Catamounts. At this point, they're playing for pride. Want to make this game a little bit closer. Here's Arturo Marsh with a nice gain on the out route. Fake handoff for Ingram. Devin McQueen trying to show what he can do. Maybe be the starting quarterback next year. Nice pass for Arturo Marsh. Touchdown, Western Carolina. And the Catamounts with their first touchdown of the day. And this game is a little bit closer. Now going to go for the onside kick. Once again, might as well play for pride. And it would be recovered by Darius Brackenridge. So the Delta Devils now get it back. Going to try to choose some clock. The Catamounts will get a stop. So here's the field goal unit. 4th and 5. Pretty long kick. About 51 yards out. And this one is going to be good. The field goal barely hooks in. I don't think the Catamount kicker can make it from 31, let alone 51. Now it's 27-10. You yeet, you win. Holloway with the late catch. Maybe the Catamounts can put up some extra points. This game pretty much over. Not much time left. You yeet, you win. Back to Holloway deep, and it's caught. However, the clock does hit 000, and that's how this game will end. Another really high potential drive taken away by the clock. 27-10 is your final. That's how this season will come to an end. The Catamounts finish with a record of 0-12. Looking at the numbers, Devin McQueen really showed a lot of flashes in this game, and wouldn't be surprised if he is the starting quarterback next year, but we're going to have a full-fledged QB battle. Really excited to see how that turns out. Devonta Ingram with one of his better games of the year. Danye Bonner, Laxton Holloway, Marsh, Hill, they all were solid. Made a few plays here and there. The offensive line had their best game of the year on both the pass game and the rush game, I feel. The defense was solid. Would have liked to have seen a little bit more from Ambrose McCorkle, the senior defensive end, because it is his last game with us, and he's like the one good player on this team. So after simulating to the end of the season, we would get 6 more commits. So that puts us at 25 already. And you know how many players we're going after now? Only 2. Stephen Lawson, who it really doesn't look like we're going to get, and then that safety Omar Crum. I don't think I've ever only had 2 players we're going after going into an offseason. Why can't I recruit this well in season with my maxed out recruiting coach on the main channel? I don't know. Looking at the final numbers for the year, Jack Jackson was not great. Devin McQueen wasn't all that good either, but he showed a lot more potential. And with those 2, along with Terrell Horton coming in, I think we're going to have a fun QB battle. We never really had a great run game, but you can't really blame any of the backs. The offensive line was just bad. Laxton Holloway led the way in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. Josh Allison had the longest catch of the year, 94 yards. I think that was in game that we actually played. The offensive line, I think, will be the strength of the team moving forward. It definitely was not this year, but we have a lot of young, talented players, and I'm confident for the line going down the line. No pun intended. Defensively, our only good player on this team was on defense, defensive end Ambrose McCorkle. 26 tackles, 20 for a loss, 9 sacks. He was really good for us this season. Atama Tupu also with 6 sacks. But going back to McCorkle, it's really going to suck losing him. He was the one good player on this team this year. So losing him is definitely going to suck. But with the offseason coming up, with recruiting, with hopefully transfers, with progression, I think this team will get better. And hopefully this team can progress and improve for next season. Hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode will be the offseason. Peace out.